Alright, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing some work on the trailer. The Scout. We need to come up with a name for it. We keep calling it a camper. We keep calling it a trailer. It's much more than that. I love it. Love it. Alright, so on my last video, I was talking about performance of the grow wall. That was my fault. That it died in like 24 to 30 hours. I had my refrigerator on max. Don't do that. So it didn't need to be on max, but I forgot about it until I watched Gator Overland's event video on his new refrigerator. I thought, wait a minute. He was talking about he put it on max and it took this long to get done. I'm like, man, I never took mine off max. So thanks, John. It solved my problem, which I was still going to do all these mods that I'm going to do anyway, just to have more options. But so I did a test once I got back home. I started up their fridge, put it on, got it cool. So started at 37 off of shore power, and then put it on eco mode, and I lasted somewhere between 66 hours and 72 hours, somewhere in the middle there. And so that's great. Now that's not us opening it every day, so that was just like cooler run or fridge running. I did run the diesel heater a little bit during that same amount of time, so it was kind of more than just the fridge. So either way, I must say 66 hours, 70 hours, somewhere in there. But I'm going to go over with you today all the mods I'm going to do to the trailer, and most of it is electrical. And I'll bring you over to the table and show you most all of that. All right. One of the first things that I know I definitely need is greater reach with the solar charging cable. So I've got a 30-foot cable here. You can pick that up on my Amazon store. It's got the ends. It's already got the protective thing, sheath on it, whatever that's called. So that's number one. So that means I can take my solar panels and make them reach the sun, if there is any. The other thing I'm going to do, and let me look at this one more time here. So the cool thing is it comes with some weatherproof plugs there that go on there. So that's pretty neat. And it's got a little strap, which is too small to go around the whole thing. So it would have been great, but it's just a little too short. So that's really not going to work for this cable, but it'll work for something else, I'm sure. All right, the other thing I'm going to do is, which it comes with a bunch of heat shrink, zip ties. So this right here is just a 10-gauge wire. It also comes with those, which I can use on that because it's probably big enough. All right, this is a 10-gauge wire that I'm going to hook Anderson plugs to. This will do two things for me. So on my top oak tent, it's got the connection where you plug DC into the bottom of the tent, and it will charge an outlet, some chargers, and all that stuff up in the tent. I currently don't have anything for that, so I can't use it. So with this, I'm going to hook to my aux battery in my truck. That's not the standard starting battery. That is the aux battery that I put in there. That's the 100 amp hour battery that I got on a charger, and that stays in the truck. So I'm going to run from there all the way out to the back of the truck, where I can do two things. I can hook it to the tent, and I'm going to be able to hook it to the trailer. So the other part of this wire I'm going to run into the trailer, into the entire power system of the trailer. That way, while I'm traveling, I can hook that up and I don't have to use any of my grow watt or my power station power. I'll be coming directly off the truck. So that will, if I have to drive 6 hours to get somewhere, that gives me automatically 6 extra hours of charge time on my grow watt. If I have to drive a day, then I automatically get that extra time. Also, if I am running really low and I haven't been hooked to the trailer, I can come in at night, hook up to the trailer from the truck, and use off of the aux battery. So, got the Anderson plugs and that wire for that. I'll show you those. All of this will be on my Amazon store underneath. It'll either be under the camping or the tools and equipment gear, maybe. It'll be under one of them. But Anderson plugs with weatherproof connectors. Comes with all those. 2 plugs. All right. I gotta see what this even is. Snowy Fox. Okay, so this right here. So currently, if I come in, or if I want to run power to the grow watt while it's in the trailer, then I got to open up the door. Well, I'm going to install this guy on the front of the camper, the trailer, the Scout. I need a name, guys. And that way, all I got to do is plug shore power in there. Got an inverter in my truck. I can plug it directly to there. Charge my grow watt while we're on the trail or here. So that'll just simply mount through. You just cut a hole. Yep, cutting more holes in the trailer. Cut a hole, put that through, bolt it in. Comes with a gasket here for weatherproofing. We'll probably add a little bit of caulking onto that as well. All right, so next thing is, like I said, currently to get power outside of the trailer, I've got to leave the door open or run the drop cords through the door, damaging my seal. I don't want to do that. So I will be hooking this guy up, a waterproof, weatherproof 110 outlet that I can plug directly to the grow watt. It's got like 4 outlets on it, so I'm going to use them. And we will cut a small hole, yep, another hole in the trailer. Mount that to it, and we'll be living it up. The girls can run their power up to the tent. We can run something off while we're out and about as well. All right, so instead of getting more of this expensive cable, I chose to, most time I got a drop cord run to that anyway. So what I'm going to do is simply leave this end on, cut this wire to whatever length I need it, and wire it to here. Okay, we'll tape that up. That way nothing can get a hold to it. And I'm going to also do it a little bit different. So on the grow watt, you got 4 plugs, 4 or 5 plugs, I can't remember. And so there's a max amperage off each one of those. So instead of just, what you can do is hooking one wire to this and then pigtailing it, I'm actually going to hook 2 drop cords up. That way, and it may not need it, but that's what I'm going to do. That way this plug's got its own power source coming from the grow watt. This plug's got its own power source coming from the grow watt. Just something I want to do. Yes, you do have to use an extra plug or extra cord. You will have extra cords running through the trailer. That's just what I want to do. So I don't know that I run any of this tonight. I just got off work, pretty tired. But I kind of just want to sit here. I got a fire going in my stove for the first time this year. I kind of just want to sit here, watch a little Workshop the Wilderness, and love that channel. I can't wait till he starts making more videos. He's been kind of slow. It's okay. Love the channel. But I will show you where I aim to put some of this stuff. So this is either going to go here or on the other side. I'm really thinking about here. I'm not sure what this is. This little bracket that is here. Y'all may know. I haven't seen it on other Scouts, so I'm probably going to take that off. So I don't know what it does or what it's for. I don't use it for other than anything, but I might hook a bungee cord to it. But I'm probably going to take that off and mount this guy right there, okay? That way it's up high. You don't have to worry about everything you got coming in hitting the back of the plug. But it's going to go just like that right up here. And it'll be weatherproof, so you just pop that open, plug in, and you're done. Love it. Show you where I'm going to put the other power supply to the grow watt. All right, power supply to the grow watt is going to be mounted like somewhere right up in here. That way it's directly into the box with the grow watt itself. So it'll be right there. I come in, I don't even have to open up the door. I just plug the drop cord straight into it and we are charging. I will show you exactly how I do all that. And then the last thing would be hooking the wire that's going to go to the Anderson plug at the front of the trailer and the back of the truck. So I will show you all that. I haven't determined where I'm going to enter the trailer for that as of yet, but when I know, you'll know, and you'll see it. Stay tuned. This will take us a couple days to do all this. Really busy at work, so I hope it don't slow me down too much. We are planning a trip in November, so just a few weeks away, and that's going to be a really nice trip. Couple days up in the mountains. I ain't telling you where I'm going yet. That way don't nobody beat me there. But love it. Can't wait to get it all in and then test it out again. Diesel heater. As you knew, I had on the last trip we had the diesel heater giving us an issue with over temp alarm when we were up past minimum. Well, so I brought it here and I can run the thing wide open as long as I don't have the hose hooked to it. And I was sure that the hose was in no bends. I had it laid out across the floor straight. But just putting this hose on it, I guess, created enough back pressure to where it would heat the system up and it would trip out on overheating. So, I got a hard mounted diesel heater in here. I got a big honking vent back here that I desperately hate because it lets dust in there. I got a big hole over here for the pipe to come out. So I'm not sure when, but sometime that will be all going away. I will weld a plate over the holes there, and then I will be removing the diesel heater from the box. And then depending on if it'll run out here, sitting in the floor wide open, that'll tell me what I do. Whether I replace the diesel heater with another heater, which Vivor's got one that I'm liking. It's kind of compact setup. It looks neat, and I think I want to try it. But I'll have to have money for that. But yeah, this won't be in this video, but I'm going to get rid of that eventually and move it from this box. That may be a next year project because the girls sleep in here. Last time we went, they were hot even on level 1, so we can go pretty cold in this tent on level 1. So we're not there yet. We don't have to replace it today, so we won't. All right, we've got our hole marked. As you can see that, this guy is going to go right here. Simply just put this where you want it, mark inside the hole, and it should fit. Alright, here goes nothing. You really should have safety glasses on. You should. You want to periodically check inside just to make sure you ain't got nothing on fire. Stinks. Here's the 2 cuts I don't like. Try not to make them too big so you ain't gotta roll everything back up. Alright. So we got the start of a hole. We'll get the sawzall and finish that last little bit. Bring you back after it's prettied up and painted. All right, I got our wires in here, and due to space and running wires, I'm going to do the 1 wire. So one cable pull, one wire back out to here, and then so I'm just taping this up so nothing can get knocked loose. Nothing can get chafed, all that good stuff. Put a little bit of tape on here, put a good bit of tape on here, to your heart's content. The main thing is we don't want our wires to be able to be exposed, so we will tape this up. Maybe. Another thing I told you, when cutting this hole, I said just to put this up there and mark it, cut it. No, it needs to be bigger than that, okay? Make your hole bigger. I dropped my screw. All right, so I'll get the face plate. I'm not going to put it on yet but I will put it up there and let you see it. I'll get the face plate, let you see what it looks like with it on. So before I permanently mount this, I am going to put some caulk behind it, and then it will be screwed in with small self-tapping screws. But for now, I'll just show you this. All right, so that's it. Like I say, I'm going to pull that back out, caulk around it so it's a lot more weatherproof, and then I will come in with my self-tapping screws. So you got the inside ones hold your receptacle, the outside ones will hold your self-tapping screw. And that's it. All right, just clean up. There's phase one done. Got your nice little receptacle in here. Sturdy, lid closes, should be water resistant. So this electrical outlet also has the little plastic pieces that pop out, so it's like child-proof and water resistant at the same time. All right, tomorrow we'll hit the next thing. All right, back again today. Today we're going to be installing our 110 charging receptacle for the grow watt. So this is just a male receptacle. We're going to put it right in this area up here. So you can't stick it up there and see if everything's going to work from right there. So just take the little cover off and you can see where you might want it. I'm thinking right there is going to be a good spot. So we will mark that kind of center. All right, with our hole saws, we'll mount it to the drill. I'll check it one more time. Move it over a little bit. Kind of like it right in there. Okay. Let's go. Let's look at what else is. Yeah, I like it up a little higher. Okay. I'm just gonna make a mess. You will have to vacuum this up afterwards. Probably a pretty good idea to wear safety glasses for this too. Gotta be getting close to being through. There we go. We'll get a little file, clean that up. And right there, you can see the hole that we've created in our trailer. We'll just take this here file. Here's the little deburr tool. As you can see, go on the inside and out. I'm gonna break the file back out because I got a pretty good shard of metal right there that I can't seem to get to cut off. There it goes. A little bit more right there. Okay. Be careful doing that. That is sharp. Now I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of paint, as I always do, just to keep rust from forming. All right, we've hit it with paint. The cool thing about this paint, if you do get a run or it looks a little bit different, just come over here, you can smooth it out a little bit. So put the light here. So I got a little bit of run right there. We just give it a little white. We got no more shiny, so that's good. We'll let that dry for just a few minutes, and then we'll be ready to put our electrical outlet up there. Here's our outlet. We'll stick that in through. We'll make sure she is square with the way we want it to plug up. So I believe we're going to go like that with the ground up. So you want to get that pretty level, or as level as you can get it. And we're going to take our pretty little silver Sharpie marker, and we're going to mark the holes. So now we got 4 holes marked. Wished I had some shorter screws. I don't, but I wished I do or did. These are stainless steel. Should be fine. They're just a little longer than what I want, but maybe we can cut them off on the inside at some other point. All right, we're gonna punch our holes. It'd probably be really helpful if I had my reading glasses on while doing this, because I about can't see. We're going to test fit it. I'll paint those holes again, and then I will silicone it, and then we'll be done. All right. Like I said, I keep getting it everywhere. We'll wipe. Oh, I just got even more on me. We'll wipe all that off on a clean part of the towel. That way we're just not smearing stuff around everywhere. We'll take right around this guy. We'll just wipe off the excess. Fold it. Wipe off the excess. Fold it again. There's really no excess on this side. All right. Here we go. So now all I got to do to charge my trailer is plug a drop cord directly into there. All right, next will be wait until it quits raining. Probably be this weekend. We'll wait till it quits raining. We will get the Jeep in here, and we will run our power cord from the Jeep aux battery to the trailer. And I still got to figure out where that wire is going to come in at. And I want to show you, this will not be done in this project, but I'm going to show you this over here. At some point, I want to clean all that up. It's just a mess. Like I said, it won't be done during this project, but that may be a next year's project, or if the winter gets really hard. Today, going to be hooking, well, I've already hooked up, got the wire run. I haven't hooked it up, but it is the wire that will be coming from my auxiliary battery that will do two things. One, it will come up here and plug into the rooftop tent, and two, it will hook to the trailer to have that guy charging or running everything in the trailer while we're on the move. I have already run the cord, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with this. It's a little big plug, so I've got a way for it to come out down here and go up here at the same time, so stand by. All right, so as you can see, currently I have it to where it will come out and reach here. I don't have the slack pulled out of it yet, but if you go down to this corner over here or that corner over there, you have a good bit of distance to where you won't pinch your wire. So in the transition, you just take and put this plug in here, and it will fish right up through the corner over here. If I can get it over there. There we go. And it works better without the little weather plugs, so take that off before you do it. So now I can run up here, I can hit my Anderson plug on my rooftop tent. That's done. Gotta figure out how to get that back out. There it goes. All right, just unplugs. So now when I'm traveling, I will take this plug, and that's just a 10 gauge Anderson plug. I think it's 30 amp maybe. 10 gauge wire. That wire and these plugs are going to be on my Amazon site, so y'all can go to that. So we just drop it down through there, and you can let it go below the bumper, or you can pull it out above the bumper, whichever one you want to do. It's your rig. You do it your way. For now, I'm going to bring out above the bumper. It's a lot easier if you don't have fat fingers like me. And the plugs just turn sideways. The more you do this, the more it'll train it. So it will be a lot easier if you just go below the bumper. And you can pull that out, and you can come to right here. Okay. We will come with another cable from the trailer, hook it up. Make sure you let enough slack out, which I still got more inside, where it can reach that at any time if you're taking tight turns, whatnot. And then when you're not using this, pull it up, put it back in the truck. Simply like that. As you can see, this is our electrical drawer on the right hand side of the trailer. And so the guy before me, he came up with a wire right here. So every time this drawer goes in, it has the chance of hitting that wire, tearing it out. That wire runs up here to this light, which I will replace sometime anyway, so we're not worried about that today. Now, where I'm going to come up is, you see, he had ran a white wire. I'll zoom in on you. All right, he had ran another wire. Again, kind of out here toward the middle. I mean, not middle, but, 5 inches from the back. So I'm going to go down there and I'm going to see if there's anything running underneath there. If there's nothing in my way, then I'm going to go as close to that center wall as I can. I'll come up with it there, and then I will come up and over that way to plug into this plug right here, which is a 90, I think it's called an, I'll get that for you, put it right up here. But it's a 90. The one that takes your solar charger is a 60, so I had to have an adapter there. But Either way, I'll have the 90 there, and it is a male plug, so I'll need to put a female plug on the end of this wire once I get it in here. We'll put it. Here is our wire. Let me find the end of it. I can show you how big the end of it is. So here's the end of it. So you want to pick a grommet. I've got this here grommet kit. Again, be on my Amazon pages. So you pick the smallest grommet that wire will fit through and drill the smallest hole you can drill in your trailer, and try not to go bigger than that. Well, then once we get it in there, we'll simply make a slit in the grommet, run the wire through, and we'll be done. And I did check, I can go all the way to that center wall. So that center wall underneath doesn't look center, so I guess this compartment's just bigger than the other, which is fine. But we can go all the way to that wall. Nothing. Again. If I find said grommet, there it is. All right, that is perfect. So that grommet will fit in there perfectly. I'll paint the hole. I will slit this, put it in, run the wire up through. All right, on your grommets, it's got this little plus mark. That grommet kit comes with this razor. I wished it locked, it does not. So just slit one side of the plus, okay? So the plus goes like this and like this. I'm gonna go this way because our cable that we're coming through with is flat, okay? So it don't need to be, you know, you want your hole in your grommet to be as small as possible too, okay? Less water, less rodents, bugs, dust, all that. The other two holes in here that was put in here before I got the trailer are not grommeted. Again, next year's project will be to totally rewire this thing. Other than the stuff I'm doing now, which it's coming in right, so I will go back and fix all of that next year. All right, as you can see back there in the very back, the grommet is there. You'll see the wire come up through it. There is the possibility that we push the grommet up through the hole while we're pushing the wire through. That's okay. We'll stick it back in. In fact, I might take it out and push it back through anyway. Once I get the wire in. Here we go. Wires through the grommet. It is tight, which is what I want. Now the grommet's coming through with the wire. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna stick the wire through, then stick the grommet on from up there where I can not stand on my head and do it. If you had another set of hands, you could have somebody hold the wire for you so it doesn't fall back through, but I believe we're okay. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this through a good bit. Put the grommet on it. All right, grommet's in place, wire's in place. All right, we want our wire to come up here and we want to have a good bit of leftovers. So I believe that's good. What we'll do when we're not using this is just tie it up right here somehow. I will go back through there, zip tying that up to the center of the trailer. Make sure it's not in the way of your brake lever or cables or anything else. I've got some other wires, I guess, that went to the brake free, the emergency brake if you lost it going down the road. So I'll zip tie those up as well, pretty all that up.
and then we will put an end on this cable over here, and we'll be done for today. All right. So you have this little hole here in the Smittybilt Overlander XL. So I came up through it, and it will make it to where we can go right out here. We can follow our normal power supply, our normal pigtail, if we want to. Looks like the grommet's coming out of it. I'm going to put a new grommet on that. But yeah, we'll follow that on up all the way to the front. As you can see, pigtail's just a little bit longer. It's got a lot extra. So as it rides, if I'm using it, it'll be hooked up. If not, it'll wrap right here. All right, normal power supply, the way it's currently rigged up. Again, this was done before I got it, but we normally hook that in the side of the grow watt. We got this TX90 fitting or adapter here. It is a male, so we'll put a female on the end of this cable. We'll be done with that. I'm not going to show you that because it's just wiring right here. No big deal. For the last addition, I think electrically to the trailer for now will be the solar power charger. All right, so that's a that's a male XT60 plug, which it has the same female on this end. So this will just simply go through the trailer and plug into the grow watt. We'll make sure it plugs in real quick before we go any further. And it does. So we're good to go there. So now we got to make yet another hole in my trailer. So I think I'm going to go like right here beside this one. So I'm going to just set it up here and mark it. So I don't think this one's going to last quite as long as this other one. Just you know, doesn't come with an O-ring behind it. It's a little cheaper plastic. So we're definitely going to have to put our lovely caulk behind it. But we'll put it up here, mark our holes, and then at least we can drill our holes. In fact, I might drill the center hole first, then come back and put my other holes in once this is in there. That way we don't get messed up. So let's put a little mark here. I want it to be just to the left of that, which is right there. So now I got to figure out how to drill that hole. So my step bit is just big enough. So I think this step bit right here will be able to go through there, and then we can squeeze this part through. And you can see that's not round, so it's square. So not ideal, but not the end of the world. So we'll take this step bit, go through there. That goes through, so that might be really good. That will work. It's going to be tight, which we knew it would be, and we want it to be. So we'll get it in there, mark our holes, maybe get a little bit of hammer action. Okay. All right. We'll drill our holes.
We'll take this back out to drill the holes because I do want to put caulk behind it. We will drill our holes, screw it down, and then after that, I'll bring you back and show you how everything that we've added here lately hooks up in the video. Okay, I'm going to step you through everything we've done on this video, review all that. Again, next year, I'm tacking electrical in here to clean all that up. I promise you, and I may not wait till next year, but eventually all that'll be cleaned up. I'll show you how I've got it hooked up, the grow what's in there. I've got the ability to hook up to the Gladiator, charge everything or to power everything while we're moving. So I'll just step through and show you that. And then please, if y'all have different ideas, different ways y'all did it, and you have videos of that, post them in the comments here. If you have pictures, post them in the comments. I'm going to put this on the Smittybilt Scout Owners Facebook page. So yes, let's all grow and make everybody's trailers better. If you're happy with the way it is, it's fine. Me, I want to be able to plug everything up from outside and not ever have to open this door. That's what I want. All right, so I'm going to open, bring y'all in, show you where all these go. All right, again, it's kind of everywhere right now, but here is your solar coming in from right there. You'll see that here in a second. Solar coming in, and it will just stay hooked up. Here is your charge wire coming in. It comes around just through all the extra wire and right there. So to charge the grow watt, currently it is off. It's probably full charged. We'll come over here. We'll shut this door too. We'll open up our little tab, plug it in, and there you go. Hear it click. Now we're charging. So now when I get home, I don't have to tear anything out. All I got to do is plug it up and we're charging. On the front side, over here, I have the 110 power, which is over here. I have it plugged into the grow watt already. All I've got to do is get on the app, turn the 120 on, and we've got 110 for the girls or whatever we may need. They can show you that. Right here is our 110 outlet. Simply plug in what you need. It's good and waterproof, so we can hook a drop cord out here while we're camping, power anything out here, and mainly the girls can have 110 power in the trailer. DC power currently comes from grow watt, goes up here. Again, I reach in here and turn the DC socket on. Again, I can do that with my cell phone too. All right, there we go. There you go. Turn it on. So here come lights. I'm gonna turn that one off so it don't kill y'all. There's the ember. So this, all my lights, aside from the ones I got on switches back here in the back, come off of this little switch pod. I would love to move that somewhere on the outside of this box. Maybe up here in front, if that is waterproof. I don't know yet. I'll have to look into that. I don't even know who made that. But if I was to move that up front, I wouldn't have to open this door ever again. That's a future thing, possibly. All right, so now we're going to turn the grow watt off. It's off. And right here is where the power hooks in normally to the grow watt. So we will find our new wire, which we have ran from the that's able to hook to the truck. So here it is. That one's coming from the truck. It is not currently hooked up on the other end. We're going to go ahead and hook it up on this end. You see no power, right? No power. So while I'm going down the road, this will be run underneath through the tailgate, come out down there at the hitch. But yeah, I'm just backed into camp. I'm going to steal a little power from the truck. All right. So now let's go over here and let's see what we have. See, we have power again. Okay, there we go.
All right. That's a wrap for this week's worth of work. It's not really a week's worth of work. It's really a couple days worth of messing with the trailer. It's a week's worth of waiting on stuff to get here. Yeah, it could be that. But we're pretty much done. So, you know, I told you we had issues with the battery going dead quickly. We've solved that. We've got a fix for that, even if I leave it on max and screw it up myself. My fault. The refrigerator. All right, so the other thing was our water heater. It's not there. I have pulled it out and I've learned a lot about those. So I've taken it apart. It had frozen busted before I bought the trailer. It had JB weld all around the water valve. Okay. It froze and busted again, I guess, because the JB weld had cracked as well. So I took it out, got my own JB weld, took all that off. JB welded it, fixed the crack, and let that sit up for 24 hours or maybe a little longer. Put it back in, no leaks. I'm like, yeah, we're good. So I go to run the thing, and you know, those things are pretty just easy. You just start running water through them, turn the gas on. It starts clicking, and fire's supposed to come out, right? Heat your water. Well, so I turned mine on, no click. So I thought, okay, the battery's dead. So I went and got new batteries, still no click. Tore it out, put it back on the table. Found the little momentary switch that when it's got water flow, will open up, and then now we send a signal for it to spark and start sending gas. It opens the solenoid and starts sending gas. I could hold that switch open and it do just fine. You can't do that every time you want hot water. So something internal to the valve was bad, not allowing that switch to come open. It never tried to come open. So I've ordered a new valve. I think new valve's like $33 with shipping and everything. So it's on its way. I'll put it together. Hopefully I get it back in by the time we go camping back up to the goat trail. Just me and my wife. We are going to take the trailer, but we're going to sleep in the Gladiator and just use the trailer. I say camper. Dadgummit. We need a name, guys. Give me a name. Comment the name. What are we going to name this thing? That way I can call its name instead of the camper, the trailer, the whatever it is. We're going to take the trailer and use it for all its goodies, right? I can store everything in it. I got my food, I got my fridge, I got everything that we need on the trailer. So we're going to take it and just not put up the tent, which is the worst part about this trailer. Somebody wants to send me a nice top oak tent that'll sleep 3 girls, send it on. I'll do a review. Yep. All right. So please come back. Next time you see us, we will be on the trail. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you.